My name is Shawn Evans of Montcalm County, Michigan. To all citizens of the state of Michigan, I have a story to tell, and I would like honest feedback regarding the morality, ethics, truth, honor, and justice of what unfolded within our legal system. This is the story of my Michigan legal right, since 2008, to the medical use of cannabis. I ask all who oppose cannabis legalization, how is the conduct of the legal system, in my case, moral, ethical, truthful, honorable, legal, or the pursuit of justice for the people of the state of Michigan, exactly? Why should we allow this behavior to continue within the legal system, specifically? I want all citizens of Michigan to know how the legal system will do everything in its collective power to thwart the will of the people. Even after 8 years of cannabis medical use legalization, I was still arrested and prosecuted for medical cannabis use. That is why I want all to know my story. No one should have their rights violated like mine were, by the legal system, when the legal system can't, or won't, state why this is, or was, justice. How the legal system attempts to justify the violations of many laws and rights, to prosecute a law against an individual for cannabis use, would be laughable, if not for the serious consequences. Why does the legal system not state the actual facts of harm to people like me, that is taking place right now, and for years in the past? Why is potential, hypothetical harm more important to the legal system, than people like me, who actually are being harmed, by that very same system? The legal system demands to stay in place. Andrea Krause, the prosecutor of Montcalm County, claimed she gave only the facts to the people before the election. I asked her, was my case file presented in those facts-only presentation? How many more people like me have you personally violated the MMA 2008 rights on, that you left out of that factual presentation? Exactly what was the MMA 2008 law's intent, Andrea Krause? And if the prosecution never really believed my MMA 2008 medical cannabis use defense, did they have any evidence to discredit my claims? And if they did, why was I allowed to continue to use cannabis for my medical condition, with no probation time period? Why does the police refuse to produce the video of my time in jail? Andrea Krause, did you report to the federal government that my disability claim should be reviewed, because you had evidence my medical file does not support the claim of chronic cervical pain that several federal judges reviewed and found to be credible? Did you find evidence of fraud on my part? You had to in order to violate my rights, right? All right there, in my case file for all to see, right? The prosecution stated I did not qualify for MMA 2008, thus, I was committing fraud by stating and claiming chronic pain for disability. Why did the legal system of Montcalm County allow this fraud of mine to continue, if they truly believed I did not qualify for MMA 2008, Section 8 defense, because I did not have severe chronic pain? You did report that fraud, because that is how certain you were of your claims, to ignore my rights, right? That would be the moral, ethical, honorable, and legal thing to do from anyone in your position, right? Either I had a qualifying medical condition for MMA, or I did not, right? The law is the law, right? So, for justice, you have that information of the fraud I committed, right? I know, I for one, will be certainly eager to see that evidence, as well as the federal disability courts, would be, I would imagine. Did you report this fraud to the disability courts, or any other individual, that you clearly had to discover, Andrea? If not, why? Is not reporting fraud in your position moral, ethical, honorable, truthful, and the pursuit of justice for the people of the state of Michigan? Please, Andrea Krause, why not show the world my case file, and show everyone the moral, ethical, honorable, truthful, and legal reasons why I should have been, and continue to this day, be punished for those actions? My actions, versus the actions of the legal system. Which conduct should be illegal? My actions were enshrined into law by ballot initiative, by the people of the state of Michigan in 2008. The actions took by the legal system in July 2016, to violate my legal right, are already illegal to anyone outside the legal system. Think about that, Andrea Krause. How do you condone that conduct as a prosecutor, if not for bias? Was any of this included into your purely factual presentation regarding cannabis? When you conducted your non-biased investigation into my case file, you took my MMA 2008 right to use, and protection against arrest and prosecution, the law's intent by the people of the state of Michigan, into full consideration, right? The law is the law, right? Now is your chance to show all the people how you followed every single law as equal, even ones that are illegal medical rights, right? The people need to see with their own eyes why people like me need to be punished for using their rights under the MMA 2008 law, because people like you don't like cannabis, and think people like me need to be punished for it. Now is your big chance to make your arguments, and show the world the dangers to society people like me pose. Clearly, my case file is a shining example of your efforts of why this conduct of mine should not be allowed to continue, right? Clearly, my case file is a shining example of why your efforts should continue to be allowed within our legal system, right? You will have no problem showing the world video of my time in jail and your justice, right? I am curious as to why you did not bring up all the case files like mine for a factual and non-biased presentation regarding cannabis in your presentation. These cases were, after all, justice, right? Are you not proud of your conduct regarding case files like mine? Is the legal system not proud of this justice? Why not highlight my case file then, right? Is that an example of taking personal responsibility for your actions, and those actions that you endorse? Surely, you must be so very proud of the legal system's actions regarding my case file, right? Your actions were pure, ethical, moral, honorable, truthful, and totally legal, right? Everything that happened to me in the legal system is what I deserved for my actions against society, and was pure non-biased justice, right? If so, my case file, and all others like it, will be no problem for you to explain to all, right? I did not, nor do not, have the funds to legally fight this bias in a rigged game within Montcalm County. The legal system knows this, and therefore, the legal system across Michigan gets to do the same actions, without real recourse. That is why I made these videos. To expose this practice, and make the people who have this bias, justify their actions. I will not comply with injustice, and will fight with all the means I have available, which is this route. If I did to anyone what was done to me by the legal system and police, I don't know how I could live with that knowledge of conduct. I would fully expect my actions would have consequences. However, I would never expect that I would receive a salary, medical, and retirement benefits for performing those actions against any citizen or human. Wrong is wrong, no matter who performs the deed. For all those in law enforcement, and the legal system, who oppose cannabis, now is your chance to explain case files like mine, and how these actions by the legal system serve the interest of the people of the state of Michigan, and most of all, why we should respect that conduct. I for one, welcome your explanation of ethics, morality, honor, truth, and justice of your actions and ideology. Should be no problem, right? Any simple cost-benefit analysis chart will clearly show why you should be supported, right? Can any of you produce one that can justify your actions against people like me? I for one, would love to see those conclusions and justifications. There are those out there who have an obvious bias against cannabis. And I support every single person who has those views, no matter the viewpoint. However, being a professional means separating personal viewpoints from your professional obligations. If one is unable to separate their personal feelings from their professional obligations, they should not serve in any capacity where that bias might manifest itself, to the detriment of anyone. Justice cannot be served any other way legitimately. Andrea Krause, do you support having my case file used as an example of your positions regarding cannabis? Who was wrong? The legal system, or myself? How were not my MMA Section 8 rights, and Fourth Amendment right against unreasonable search and seizure not violated by the police, and the prosecution? How exactly, before searching my curtilage, did the police know I did not qualify for medical use of cannabis, and that I was committing a crime? What exactly did your investigation reveal about my medical records for my qualifying condition claim? Did you even perform any due diligence investigation of my right to use cannabis for my qualifying medical condition, and my legal medical right? Section 8 does not specify where, how cannabis plants must be grown, or how many cannabis plants may be grown, and is the law, and my right. Where exactly, in my case file, is your evidence that I did not qualify for medical cannabis use, that was used to justify ignoring my right to use, protection from arrest, and prosecution under the MMA 2008 law? Surely, you can produce this evidence in my case file, right? I am innocent until proven guilty, right? I do not have to prove my innocence, right? You could prove my guilt beyond a reasonable doubt, right? My case file supported all the charges, right? Otherwise, none of this was, by any means of the definition, justice, ethical, moral, honorable, truthful, or the pursuit of justice. We are hearing from prosecutors and police state in the media that they will simply enforce the law. My case is an example of how that is not a truthful statement, and to what length the legal system will go through to continue to selectively enforce the laws they like. I want the people to understand that this will continue to be the case, unless we stop the bias within our legal system. To all who think the status quo is a good thing, and that change is bad, please explain my case file, and all others like it out there. If I perform those actions that the police did to me, on you, would you condone it? Or would you rightly demand justice for my actions? Wrong is wrong, no matter who performs the deed. In pursuit of justice. Shawn, Montcalm County, Michigan.